if you need anything.
Go talk to Thane. Where's Thane at? Depths can create a powerful singularity field to trap multiple enemies. Yeah, but they can't have armor or barriers or stuff like that, so it's... I still don't think singularity is very good. But maybe I'm not using it right or something, I don't know. Alright, Thane.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
You're not a typical assassin.
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them professionals. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
The Hanar? Hanar?
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who'd train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
No, but I would like to. 6 years old, huh?
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
Investment?
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
What did your parents do?
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the compact. It was an honor for our family.
The compact.
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us, some of us, from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the compact.
What exactly are the terms of the compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
The Hanar sounds like wimps. Sounds like slavery to me.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
I don't know if I want to say Hanar sound like wimps. I guess.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving. So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child fighting against the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
His perfect memory is crazy. Extinction.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's your world like now?
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes? When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
Who do you work for now?
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch, he dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
What was that?
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
Drell culture. Yeah, we haven't even been reading Codex stuff, to be honest. I kind of miss doing that, but most of the time, there wasn't too much going on. Lorrington says, I love the fact that Hanar were advanced enough to save someone else.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all.
What do you hear, Kasumi?
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine. Edie has a wicked sense of humor. Or I should say, a really funny lack of one. Sometimes she seems like a person. But when it comes down to it, I can't get past her being a computer. This one security guy keeps staring at me. I think his name is Bert. I'm used to being watched by security, but they're usually staring at my eyes or watching my hands. I might have to start cloaking through the CIC from now on. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Okay. Alright. Does Samara say anything new while we're at it? Upgrades? Does she have upgrades?
Shepard,
Do you have any suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I have done what I can to increase our exploration capabilities. Anything beyond that is up to you.
I wanted to check in.
I am always happy to talk with you.
Ooh. Tell me about the Justicars.
I'm interested in hearing more about Asari Justicars.
Let's learn about the monks. Meditate with her.
We hold a unique place in Asari culture. Justicars are from another era. Young Asari grow up watching vids about our adventures. Pure fiction, of course. Some Asari are uncomfortable with us, but so few Justicars exist that most have never met one.
Why are Justicars so rare?
There were only a few Justicars?
Few Asari wish to make the sacrifices necessary to become one of us, and the training has a high casualty rate. It is a life of constant danger. Throughout the entire galaxy, there are only a handful of us at any time.
Why would anyone want to be a Justicar?
It is a deeply personal matter. Sometimes the most brutal path is the only honest one.
That was like the wrong thing to say there. Tell me about the code.
This code of the Justicar seems central to your life.
It is 5,000 sutras and covers every situation one can encounter. I have memorized every word. There is only the code.
Is the code flexible?
Sometimes justice calls for mercy.
It does not exist to bring about spiritual enlightenment. Its purpose is to punish the wicked and protect the innocent.
Conflicting opinions.
The Asari I've spoken to seem conflicted about Justicars.
In this age, people see shades of gray everywhere. The code of the Justicar is black and white. I might seem a hero to many, but I would kill all of them if I had to.
How do you see Justicars?
What role do you think Justicars have in Asari society?
I would say that the closest human equivalent is a knight-errant in your medieval lore. Perhaps mixed with a bit of samurai.
A knight errant. Awesome. I know what that means coming off of Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Cool.
What does your code say about killing?
I am compelled to kill the wicked. If a Justicar is involved, peaceful solutions are long past.
Without remorse?
You make killing sound so casual.
I remember each being I have slain. They are always in my thoughts.
Oh, here we go. Romance in the code.
Does the code forbid romantic involvement?
It does not. However, I would never be interested in such. That part of my life is well behind me.
Really?
You could meet someone who reawakens those desires.
I am nearly 1,000 years old. I know myself and my desires. But your curiosity is quite welcome.
Oh no, she's 1,000 years old. Shepard's probably only like 30-something, maybe. Knowledge of humans.
You know about knights errant and samurai?
When I knew I must leave Asari space again, I studied the history and morals of new species. When I was a maiden wandering the galaxy, humans had not yet arrived.
What do you think of humans?
What did your studies tell you about us?
You are more individualistic than any other species I have encountered. If 3 humans are in a room, there will be 6 opinions. I like your species. I am curious to see what you will do.
Oh. Well, this was a good talk.
I should go.
I'm glad we spoke.
Asari Justicars. Alright. Well, let's go get a refresher from Tali about her loyalty mission, because I don't remember what's going on. We gotta go to some migrant fleet or something. That's pretty much all I know. Let's do a hard save here. Let's talk to her about her loyalty mission, because that's the next one we're going to do.
Whenever we have time, I've gotten the migrant fleet's location.
Why did you need to go there?
Can you give me a rundown of the problem with the fleet?
The Admiralty Board has charged me with treason. If I don't get back there to face the charges, they'll find me guilty in absentia. I'm scared, Shepard.
What are the charges?
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
So, we have to go there and see what she's being charged with, why she's being charged treason. So basically, it's a courtroom. They're crazy.
Nobody who knows you could believe you betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
So what's the next step?
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now.
You'll have
The
to...
punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
So, I don't think I quite understood that. Her father is a judge, or he's not a judge? Or is he a judge, but since this is his daughter, he can't participate? I don't know. It's one of those options.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the migrant fleet again.
So no prison and no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration. Monitored work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile can still have children, and those children are welcomed back to the fleet.
Oh, okay. Alright. Remington says he would be one, but he can't because they're related, is what I got. Okay, alright. Thanks for that. How common is this?
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians. She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate gang.
What happened to her?
Was she convicted?
No, she made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my innocence that way.
Last thing before we go, trial procedure. What happens?
So how does the trial work? How soon do we need to get you there?
They'll wait a reasonable period of time for me to come and defend myself. Eventually, if I don't show up, they'll try me in absentia. As for how it works, it's less formal than an Earth trial or something you'd see on the Citadel. We're family. This is just the worst kind of family meeting.
Alright, let's go do this.
Okay, let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
Alright. So that was a good refresher. Now I kind of know what's going on. And we're not gonna show up and be like, what the heck is going on here? And before we do this, let's go do some research real fast for that new pistol, because if we're gonna be using Tali, then needs her pistols upgraded. Heavy pistol damage. Heavy pistol critical unlocked. Heavy pistols sometimes deal double damage. I approve. That. Now I think we're fine. I was thinking about getting that that power that Samara has for this mission, but I don't know. We're probably fine. Do we have anything in the codex that tells me about the flotilla or something? The Migrant Fleet. Okay, let's read this real quick. This is a lot. The flotilla, or the Migrant Fleet, is a fleet of roughly 50,000 starships that houses over 17 million Quarians, the largest collection of starfaring vessels in the galaxy. The fleet is so large it may take days for all the ships to pass through a mass relay. Man, hate to be behind that in that traffic jam. The ships are constantly repaired, replaced, and upgraded to comfortably house as many Quarians as possible. Typically, ships specialize in roles for the fleet, from the enormous agricultural live ships to the shielded lab ships to the repurposed freighters known as home ships that house Quarian children, young parents, and educators. Employed Quarians typically live in the ship they work on, since commuting from ship to ship ties up resources and unnecessary docking procedures. Even within the flotilla, Quarians on most ships will remain encased in their protective suits. Rarely, Quarians will meet on clean ships for specific purposes such as medical services or reproduction. When this occurs, they remove their suits knowing full well that it is likely they will spend a few days having allergic reactions or getting over infections as their weakened immune systems compensate for each other's presence. Very nice. I think that was the only thing that we needed to read. Alright, so let's go do Tali Loyalty Mission. Gonna be a long one. A lot of talking. Better... I don't think we need a refuel. We're fine. Good. So... I look at this map and I'm like, man, there's so many places we need to go to scan. So hopefully maybe by the weekend... maybe I can do a good amount of scanning? I don't know, though. Let's see. The Valhallan Threshold. Help Tali. Tali Thursday. The Migrant Fleet. Why are there 2 moons next to each other? Or 2 planets or whatever. Okay, real quickly, I want to see how many clusters are in this, or how many systems are in this cluster. Looks like 3. It's this one. Well, this one doesn't count those 2 over there. Okay, not too bad. All right. The Migrant Fleet. A fleet of 50,000 craft holding over 17 million Quarian. The Migrant Fleet is the largest array of spacefaring vessels in the known galaxy. Though Quarians on pilgrimage have visited most settled worlds in the galaxy, few outsiders have ever stepped foot inside the Quarian ships. We're gonna be the first, or one of the first humans to dock in a Quarian ship. The decisions you make in Mass Effect 2 could have dire ramifications in Mass Effect 3. We gotta start over. There were some decisions that I messed up on. We gotta start over. I didn't know that. I didn't know decisions would affect Mass Effect 3. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta start over. Alright. I spend way too much time on the squad selection screen deciding who we should bring. Who would be interesting to bring? Definitely not Zaid and definitely not Kasumi. I think those are out. I don't think Samara would be a good choice. I think maybe Mordin might have something interesting to say. I don't think we bring Garrus. I don't know. I need help. Check Thane's outfit. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Thank you for that. Let's see. It goes from black to like this grayish sort of color, or yellow, or I don't know what color that is. I don't know. That's what his new outfit looks like. I don't know. It seemed like they didn't try hard enough. Remington says, also I'd go with Mordin, I think. Yeah, Mordin might have some interesting things here. Let's see, most interesting. Tali Loyalty Mission. Ooh, okay. There's an obvious choice to take. But that person has not been acquired. So hang on one second. Does this mission start a countdown or anything like that? Yeah, a countdown begins once you... Yep. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet, so... Whatever, we're just gonna have to go with someone else. We'll go ahead and go with Mordin. Because I feel like the things that are gonna happen, he might have some interesting things to say. Also, let's take him. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, Morden, what do we want from you, buddy? Cryo, Incinerate. Incinerate does health and armor. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that. This advanced plasma round melts or burns nearly anything it hits, or the splash zone on this plasma round is increased, allowing you to scorch multiple targets. Let's go with that one. Incineration Blast. And then Neural Shock. Let's go ahead and grab that. Alright, cool. This is so mysterious, says Remingtons. It is indeed. Alright, cool.